Annual Aloha Bowl. The officials are all from the Big East Conference. Referee is Vance Carlson. The weather is perfect this afternoon, 77 degrees. Wind not much of a factor. Trade winds at 12 miles per hour. And doing the kicking is going to be Tomas Esteve, a junior from Brownsville, Texas for SMU. The deep men for Notre Dame are Tim Brown along with Alonzo Jefferson. And the third annual Aloha Bowl is underway as Esteve gets the kickoff toward Tim Brown in the end zone. Brown is going to return it 2 yards deep. Tim Brown, some blocking. Brown up to the 30, knocked out of bounds on the sideline at the 35-yard line. Chris Smith and Alan Pinkett are the running backs behind Burleigh. Burleigh going to put it up in the air. Little screen. He has Chris Smith to the 40, up to the 45. First down. He's upended. They have it at their own 46-yard line. Burleigh calls the signals for the Irish. 7-4. Alan Pinkett, his first carry. Gets a couple, and that's about all to the 48-yard line. He's the leading rusher, of course, for Notre Dame, the All-American junior tailback. As we look at the offensive skill positions, leading receiver is Mark Bavaro. The offensive line averaging 6'5" and 272.5 pounds per man. It'll be a second down and 7 call. Give Pinkett 3 yards. The ball at the 49, their own 49. Alan Pinkett trying to get outside. Does inside SMU territory. Defensively for SMU, the player to watch on the defensive line, Jerry Ball. He led the Mustangs in tackles with 97. The linebackers are not real big. They're very quick, led by outside linebacker Anthony Beverly. And the defensive secondary also has great quickness. 45-yard line. They'll operate from the power I as Mark Brooks is coming in an extra fullback. Alan Pinkett, first down and then some. Inside the Mustang 40. Nose guard made upfield. First and 10 at the 38-yard line of SMU. Pass to Joe Howard, in and out of his grasp, defending on the play. Reggie Phillips.
Keep them free there in the middle. Let them go back and forth, side to side, and make a lot of tackles.
Second down and 10 call for Burleigh. Handoff, Pinkett, a gaping hole. Alan Pinkett inside the 30 to the 28. He's very close to a first down.
And another first down.
Pinkett 26 yards on 4 carries. Gets the call again. Runs into his offensive lineman. Runs into another offensive lineman and then runs into Blue.
Well, and he pushed Mike Kelly, the big offensive center, back for Notre Dame about 3 yards and stacked up that last play.
Second down and 9. Handoff, Pinkett. Pinkett dives inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. A third down and a long one for Notre Dame at the 19-yard line of SMU. Chris Smith in motion. That's a block from Brooks, but a fine defensive play by blitzing free safety Tim Green. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Mike Viricola will hold. Kevin Kelly will snap. Spotted. Carney's kick is certainly long enough, and it is wide, however, wide to the right, and not good. And Notre Dame, after an impressive drive, you see their numbers. Their quarterback is Don King, junior All-Southwest Conference selection. King's going to put it in the air on the very first down. Wide open up the middle to the 30, stumbling to the 40-yard line. An SMU first down.
But it comes at a very opportune time.
Don't use their fullbacks that much, but they did there. Here's the brilliant tailback, Reggie Dupard, for a first down, SMU. There you see the backs and receivers for SMU. Reggie Dupard, of course, is their leader. He rushed for 1,160 yards and 16 rushing touchdowns. The line is as big as Notre Dame, 6'5", 272 they average. It'll be first and 10 SMU at the 43-yard line. Here's Dupard again, and Dupard is stacked up. There you see the defense led by Mike Gann, fine defensive lineman for Notre Dame. Linebackers, Mike Kovaleski, the leading tackler, and Mike Larkin, a big play man. And the defensive secondary led by tri-captain Joe Johnson. Atkins, part of the dual tailback system, taking his place. King rolling out, looking upfield, way over the head of his intended receiver. Hashaway and Atkins are the running backs for SMU on a third down and 9 call. Play action. A lot of times, screen to Atkins. Atkins inside the 30 to the 25. 35-yard line of Notre Dame. 1st and 10 SMU. Here's a pitch back to Atkins. Stopped in his tracks by Pat Ballage. It's a 2nd down and 6 call for SMU and Don King. King handoff to Atkins. Atkins bounces his way to the 13-yard line of 1st down. They are 12th in the nation in pass defense. It's a 1st and 10 SMU at the 13-yard line. Inside handoff. Kobe Morris is the fullback. 2nd down, 7 call for Don King. Here's Atkins. Atkins gets a grudging 2 or 3 yards before he stacked up last year. Big 3rd down call. Option play. Atkins running outside. Touchdown, SMU. A pitch back from Don King to Jeff Atkins, who has 6 rushing touchdowns during the season. To hold. Snap is good. The kick is in the air, and it is good. And SMU has scored first in the 3rd annual Aloha Bowl. There's a timeout of the action with the score. SMU 7, Notre Dame nothing. We'll be back right after this. Esteve comes down on the ball. Driving kickoff. This will not be run back. And Alan Pinkett is his running backs. 1st and 10 from their own 30, trailing 7-0. 6:07 to play, 1st quarter. Play action. Drills it up the middle to Joe Howard. Small wonder, a 1st down at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 16. 1st and 10 Notre Dame. They have it at their own 46-yard line. 7-0 SMU. 1st quarter of the Aloha Bowl. Alan Pinkett on a misdirection. Has some running room over the 50 into SMU territory to the 48-yard line. Wideouts are freshman Reggie Ward on the right. On the left is Tim Brown. Back to throw Burline. Good protection. Now closes on it. He can run the ball, and he's going to run the ball for a 1st down. Ball pops loose. And it was blown dead at the 36. They have it at the 36-yard line of SMU. Burline calling the signals. Milt Jackson is into the wideout. Burline going to throw. He wants Milt Jackson deep, and he overshoots his intended receiver, Milt Jackson. Chris Smith and Alan Pinkett, the running backs. Burline calling the signals. Alan Pinkett gets the handoff. Alan Pinkett inside the 35 to the 33. Larry Williams done a good job negating Jerry Bull. 3rd down call for Burline. Hit from behind by Anthony Beverly, the big play man for SMU. Notre Dame. Hits the official, but it goes into the end zone. He was having it at their own 20-yard line. King inside handoff to his fullback, Kobe Morris, and very little there. Again, the fullback, Kobe Morrison, gets over the 25 to the 26. 3rd down and 4 call for SMU. Here's Atkins. Atkins hit by Banks, but he still gets a 1st down. 27 yards for Atkins, including a touchdown. King's going to throw, and he undershoots his intended receiver. Fans from all over the country here for the 3rd annual Aloha Bowl. King. Pitch back to Atkins. Atkins up over the 40 to the 42-yard line. He has a 1st down. 1st and 10 SMU at their own 41-yard line. Mustangs lead 7-0. King rolling out, looking upfield, going for the bundle. It is incomplete. A penalty marker down the play. It'll be a penalty on Pat Ballage at the 44-yard line of Notre Dame. Mustangs lead by a score of 7-0. In motion, Albert Reese, the tight end. Now he sets up on the other side. On the option, here's Atkins, gets a great block again, bowls his way over Ballage and inside the 33 to the 32. Let's pick up the penalty. Bobby Leach, the miracle man for SMU, is into the wideout. He is wide to the left. King, inside handoff to his fullback Hashaway, and he drives close to the 1st down. 3rd in career yardage at SMU, behind only Emmanuel Tolbert and Jerry Levias. They're going to go for the 1st down, and they get it easily on the inside. So that's the end of the 1st quarter of action at the 3rd annual Aloha Bowl. The score, SMU 7, Notre Dame nothing. We'll be back right after this. The Irish 31 as we look at the yards gained in the first quarter. The Mustangs 117. Notre Dame 77. Here's the option play. There's Atkins, and Atkins has just set an Aloha Bowl record.
Yeah, getting rid of the ball and coming up quicker to stop that pitch.
Atkins with an Aloha Bowl record gets the call again, and Atkins runs outside. He's dropped to the 21. First and 10 Mustangs at the 21 of Notre Dame. There was a little movement. Here's a pitch back and a juggle by Atkins. He wisely covers the ball at the 29-yard line. Second down, 18 for SMU at the 29-yard line of Notre Dame. Back to throw King. Lofts it way over the head of Atkins, his intended receiver. 13:08 to play in the first half on a third down and 19, or rather 18 call for Don King. Straight back again, has some time, over the middle, wide open is Ron Morris inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's first down and goal, SMU. 7-0, and they operate from the power I. On the option play, what a bone-jarring hit. It's covered by Atkins, but he's thrown for a big loss back at the 17.
Strong safety. That's what you have to do to shut it down.
Second down and goal now from the 17 for SMU. Movement on the line.
For SMU for something illegal, a little movement, a little interior movement.
I thought you collected dolls here.
Jack Snow does.
Rolling out is King, looking upfield, right over the middle, wide open. Fullback Hashaway touchdown, rather Morrison touchdown. Kobe Morrison, the fullback, found a seam. Dale Hellestray. It's up, and it is good. We have 11:35 to play in the first half. There's a timeout in the action with the score. SMU 14, Notre Dame nothing. We'll be back up and down Esteve. This is Brownlee. Brownlee gets the kick away. Tim Brown a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He'll try to bring it out again. Tim Brown, some running room. The freshman has only one man between him and the goal line. Tackled by that one man at the 47-yard line. First and 10, Notre Dame. They have it at the SMU 47-yard line. Good field position, trailing 14-0. Alan Pinkett, the lone running back, gets the handoff. Pinkett trying to get to the short side of the field. Gets inside the 45.
Frankie Thomas was there to make the tackle.
Touchdown-saving tackle for Thomas. It'll be second down and 7, Notre Dame at the 43 of SMU. Gaping hole for Alan Pinkett. He's upended at the 32-yard line. Joe Howard and Milt Jackson wide to the left. Two tight ends. Bavara, one of them's a wing on the right side. That's Ricky Gray. Here's Alan Pinkett again. Cuts inside the block of Pepperding. Second down and 4 for Notre Dame at the 26-yard line. Alan Pinkett has the first down to the 20-yard line of SMU. One-on-one, put him on the ground. Williams has done a great job negating Jerry Ball. It'll be first and 10, Notre Dame at the 20-yard line of SMU. Erline, quick pass, incomplete. It was intended for Milt Jackson. Erline had 140 completions this season, third best in Notre Dame history. It's a second down and 10 call for Notre Dame. Hand off to Pinkett, gets a block from Williams. Pinkett gets down to the 16-yard line. Alan Pinkett lined up in a slot on the right this time. Erline's going to throw for it. Looking upfield, has great time. Launch one to the end zone. Great catch. Touchdown, Notre Dame. A great catch by Alan Pinkett, I believe, in the end zone. It was Pinkett. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
That was thrown over Timmy Green from the end zone. Watch Pinkett go high. He's going over Timmy Green, the defender there, and a good pass, touchdown pass.
Carney's extra point is up, and it is good. We have 8:26 left to play in the first half. As Notre Dame scoring on a touchdown pass to Alan Pinkett. There's a timeout in the action with a score. SMU 14, Notre Dame 7. We'll be back right after. Kobe Morrison, Frankie Thomas, Donald Allen, the deep man. This is Kobe Morrison at the goal line. Kobe Morrison has some room up the middle. Finally stopped by Haywood at the 35-yard line of SMU. Mike Haywood, who weighs only 175, stayed with him. Rolling out as King, looking upfield. He'll run. Runs out of bounds on the near sideline.
They haven't seen that on film or any other time with Notre Dame doing it this year.
Second down, 7. Reggie Dupart back in the ball game for SMU. King rolling out, looks upfield, fires a pass in and out of the grasp of his intended receiver at the 48. First punt for SMU. Dodge Carter gets a wobbly punt away. It takes an SMU roll out at the 15-yard line. Steve Berline has Mark Brooks and Alonzo Jefferson behind him. Alan Pinkett is not in the Notre Dame lineup. Play action. Berline being rushed by Ball. Gets a screen away to Alonzo Jefferson. Marker down the play. Great running by Jefferson to the 40-yard line. But there is a marker down. Pick up the penalty goal.
Flipping on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's 1st and 10 Notre Dame at their own, or rather 1st and 13 Notre Dame at their own 12. Berline in trouble. Lofts a wobbly pass. Bavaro catches. Keeps his feet. Nails the first down. Penalty marker down on the play.
Maybe a late hit, Harry. It might be a late hit on that.
Face mask may have it at their own 32-yard line. In motion comes Milt Jackson. Berline rolling out. Little shovel pass to Alonzo Jefferson. Jefferson to midfield. Jefferson finally stopped by Tim Green at the 41-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Notre Dame. They have it at the SMU 40-yard line. In motion comes Milt Jackson. Alonzo Jefferson gets the call. He bounces his way for 5 to the 35-yard line. It's a 2nd down and 5 call. Here's Jefferson again. Jefferson gets about 3. Notre Dame lining up in the power I. Tom Monahan has come in as an extra fullback along with Mark Brooks. Oh, there's Jerry Ball with a big play. This will be a 52-yard attempt under the hold of Mike Viracola. Carney has plenty of leg, and that is a 52-yard field goal by John Carney, the longest in his career. The Notre Dame gets points after the big play by Jerry Ball, a 52-yarder by Carney. There's a timeout of the action with the score, SMU 14, Notre Dame 10. We'll be back right after this. Arnold Allen, the deep men for SMU. Carney really gets his foot into that one. Toby Morrison will not bring it out. It'll be 1st and 10 SMU. They have the ball at their own 20-yard line. 4:23 left to play, first half. Toby Morrison had some running room, picks up 7 up the middle. It'll be a 2nd down and 3 call for King. There's a handoff to Atkins, who's over the 30 to the 32-yard line. He has a first down. Mustangs, they have it at their own 32-yard line. King wants to put it in the air. Screen pass. Has Atkins. He gets 2 great blocks. Atkins over the 40 to the 47-yard line. He'll be playing in the East-West Shrine game. He's out, and Forrest Gregg is in. King fires. Caught by Marquise Pleasant at 36-yard line of Notre Dame. 1st and 10 SMU. Here's Reggie Dupart trying to get outside, cuts back in, gets substantial yardage to the Notre Dame 28. 2nd down, 1 call for SMU. Here's the fullback, Kobe Morrison, and he barrels his way for the first down. John King on the option play. Here's Dupart. Dupart picking up just about 2 or 3. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 call for SMU. In motion is the tight end, Albert Reese. On the option play, here's Reggie Dupart. Barrels his way over Ballage down to about the 11-yard line. First down 10 SMU at the Notre Dame 11-yard line. John King calling the signals. Dupart gets the call again. This time he's corralled behind the line of scrimmage, leading 14-10. And very long call for SMU. King being rushed by Gann. He's sacked by Gann back at the 31-yard line. 48-yard attempt. Josh Carter will hold. Elstree, the snapper. Kick is is in the air. It is wobbly, but it is good. A 47-yard field goal by Randy Brownlee, the freshman, coming with just 7 seconds to play in the first half.
Garland, Texas.
Esteve comes down on the ball, gets a boot away, booting away from Tim Brown, and in so doing, he got a lucky bounce and a bounce into the end zone. Look at all the fine people of Aloha. Alonzo Jefferson up the middle for 9 yards, but that's going to be the last play of the first half, as SMU will go into the locker room with the lead at halftime. That's the end of the first half. With the score, the Mustangs of SMU 17, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame 10. We'll be back right after this. Start the second half. Kobe Morrison, Frankie Thomas, and Donald Allen. Carney gets a driving kickoff. This is Kobe Morrison fumbling, picking it up at the goal line. Morrison, some running room, finally dropped at the 20-yard line. Welcome to our viewers watching on ESPN throughout the country. 1st and 10 SMU at the 20. Here's an inside handoff to Dupart, and he gets 6 up to the 26-yard line. It is 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs at their own 26. Fake to Dupart. The pitch out on the end around, and again, nothing going for the wideout, Ron Morris. Dupart and Hashaway are the running backs behind him. Reggie Dupart not going to get the first down. He's stacked up by Tony Furjanic at the 28-yard line. Joe Howard in solo safety for Notre Dame. Driving punt, returnable. Small Wonder takes it at the 35. Howard up to 43 in good field position. Berline 6 for 9 in the first half for 96 yards. And 1 touchdown. That was thrown to Alan Pinkett. Berline to throw. Got Milt Jackson for the first time. Jackson over midfield to the 44-yard line of SMU. 1st and 10 Notre Dame at the SMU 43-yard line. Berline's going to put it up again. Has great protection over the middle and off the fingertips of Tim Brown. 2nd down at 10. Berline calling the signals. The lone running back is Alan Pinkett. Gets the call on a draw play and gets to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 3. Lined up as a running back. They get the screen away, incomplete. It was intended for Mark Brooks. Mike Viricola to punt. The deep man is Andrew Livingston for SMU. Livingston fakes the fair catch, and Viricola drops it inside the 5-yard line. They're operating from a power I formation. Handoff inside to Atkins, it looked like. Both Atkins and Dupart, the tailbacks, are in the backfield, and Atkins gets the call. No, a play action, and they're going for the bundle, and a great catch by Reggie Dupart at the 44-yard line. The 44-yard line of SMU, 1st and 10 on the option. King keeps, and King gets about 1, and that's all. Marquise Pleasant is wide to the right. This is Leach in motion. Out, looking upfield, shoots a wobbly pass, picked off by Troy Wilson, or did he trap it? The official saying he trapped it. Wide to the same side, the right side, on a 3rd down and 9 call. King straight back, being rushed, gets it away, way over the head of the intended receiver. It's a tackle as well as snapper for SMU. That's a low returnable punt. Joe Howard at the 20-yard line gets a block up over the 30 to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Berline calling the signals. The lone running back is Alan Pinkett. Berline laterals back shakily to Pinkett, who runs out of bounds. For Notre Dame, they have it at their own 37-yard line. Here's Pinkett on an inside dive play, and he gets over the 40. 3rd down and 4 Notre Dame. They have it at their own 41-yard line. Pinkett has established an Aloha Bowl record for most rushing attempts at 17, and he gets the pitch back, and right there to greet him, number 22 for SMU. And safety for SMU is Andrew Livingston. Fine punt by Viracola. Backs Livingston up to the 14. Livingston gets to the 19. He's brought down. Followed by Nebraska, BYU, Clemson, and Georgia. Here's a handoff to Dupard, and he squirms his way.
Stop the outside pitch.
It'll be second down and 4 for SMU. Here's an inside handoff to the fullback, Gary Hashaway. First and 10 Mustangs at their own 36-yard line. In motion goes Scott Ford. Here's a handoff to Dupard, and he's dropped by Eric Dorsey. Rolling out is King, being chased by Figueroa, being dropped by Cedric Figueroa at the 30-yard line. Straight back. He's going to go for a long bomb, and it is incomplete and nearly intercepted by Mike Haywood.
Penalty is offensive pass interference. That's also loss of down, 15-yard, fourth down.
Out and yardage. Dodge Carter to boot. Nearly blocked, but he gets it away. Joe Howard in SMU territory, and small wonder ducks his head in field position at the SMU 41. Erline straight back to pass. Being rushed, being sacked back at the Notre Dame 47-yard line by Monty Goen. So it's a second down and 22 for Notre Dame. They give the ball to Alan Pinkett. He's going to get some of it back to the original line of scrimmage. A pick. Going to go against SMU. Calls the signals on a first and 10. He sends Milt Jackson in motion to the right. Alan Pinkett. Not a whole lot there. He gets about 3. Well, it's second down and 8 for Notre Dame. Inside the SMU 25-yard line. Here's Pinkett again. He has an opening this time. Inside the 15 to the 11-yard line.
To the green.
105 yards for Pinkett so far. Here's Mark Brooks, the fullback, and he pulls his way into the end zone. From the 11-yard line, a senior from Cincinnati Moeller has brought Notre Dame to within 1. Mike Viracola to hold. It's up and it is good, and we have a tie game at the 3rd annual Aloha Bowl. Jerry Faust happy with that touchdown by his Cincinnati Moeller product, Mark Brooks. 3:50 remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter, and we are tied at 17. Mark Brooks taking the place of Chris Smith has performed admirably. We are tied. Carney's kickoff will not be returned, I don't think. It lands in the end zone, so it'll be brought out at the 20-yard line. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Kobe Morrison, the freshman fullback, and he rambles for 7 yards. It is a second down and 3 call. The handoff goes to Atkins, and a hard-running tailback up over the 35 to the first and 10 SMU at their own 38-yard line. In motion comes Adamson. Here's an inside handoff to the fullback Hashaway, and second down and 6 SMU at their own 42-yard line. Handoff to Atkins, and Atkins has the first down and then some to midfield. First and 10 SMU. They have it at midfield. Tie game late in the 3rd quarter. King rolling out. Gets a couple of blocks. Gets a pass away. Caught. Put up immediately by Ballard was Ron Morris. King in the passing 8 for 14 for 150 yards. Handoff short of a first down. Craig Hubbard comes in as an extra tight end on a 3rd and 2. On the rollout, pitch back to Dupard, running room. Joe Johnson at the 34-yard line. Between Dupard and Atkins, the tailbacks have rushed for close to 200 yards for SMU. On the option, here's Dupard again, and he is tripped up by Mike Haywood. Second down and 4 for SMU. Here's a handoff to Dupard, and he is a little short of a first down. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter of play from the Aloha Bowl. The score, Notre Dame 17, SMU 17. We'll be back on with Gary Hashaway. And they'll call out Dupard, and Notre Dame has recovered at the 24-yard line. Notre Dame pouncing on on that football. Oh, they blew the play dead. They blew the play dead.
No, watch two-part here. Now he hits up into the middle of that line. He gets stacked up pretty good.
The ball's loose already.
Yeah, let's see it. There it is right there. You think it bounced. Yeah.
Yeah, he never had control of it.
Yep. From the power I formation. King calls the signal. Dupart has the first down. Easily to about the 17-yard line. Don King, junior quarterback. Hand off to his fullback. The first man through Hashaway. Hand off again to his fullback, Hashaway. Gets about 3 more. Jump back outside, did Mike Gann. Heavy pursuit. Pass is caught. Stopped at the 13 and short of a first down by Joe Johnson. King was down, but he's walking under his own power, and he's all right. The running backs for SMU. Waters. Hands off to Dupart, and he'll have the first down. Here's Dupart. Shakes one tackle, can't elude another. He's dropped at the 10-yard line. And Jerry Faust intently looking on. Don King. Rolling out, looking upfield, got away from Klein, but he can't get away from Rick DiBernardo, and he's knocked out of bounds. Hashaway and Dupart are the running backs. Notre Dame showing blitz. They're in on King. He gets it away and really threw it away for dear life. Josh Carter will hold. They'll illustrate his snap. This will be a 30-yard attempt with an angle. It is up, and it is good, and SMU 11:47 left to play in the Aloha Bowl. There's a timeout of the action with the score. SMU 20 and Notre Dame 17. We'll be back right after this. With 11:47 left to play as Esteve comes down on the ball. Short kickoff. This will be Alonzo Jefferson at the 9-yard line. Alonzo Jefferson, penalty marker down. Flipping.
I think they're going to sneak in and say Mark Brooks may have gotten a little bit of
Howard wide right, Milt Jackson wide left. Play action fake to Pinkett, and Berline's in trouble, and Berline's scrambling, and he is going to be dragged down back of the 8-yard line by John Eichmann, the sophomore.
way where Eichmann was waiting.
Second down, a reverse, and Brown fumbles it, and he's in big trouble and down to the 5-yard line. So Notre Dame third down and 15 from their own 5-yard line.
Dead ball. Full start on the offense.
Well, we shall see what Berline calls on a third down and long. He does run a running play to Alan Pinkett, who gets breathing room back to the original line of scrimmage. Cool snap. Good snap, as Kevin Kelly always does. Low kickoff. This is returnable, certainly, from the 50-yard line. Livingston all the way to the Notre Dame 35-yard line. Here's Vance Carlson. 2017 SMU. They have the lead and the ball at midfield as Don King calls the signals. Hand off to Atkins. Atkins pulls his way for about 3 or 4 yards. Second down, 6 call. Hand off to the fullback, and he has good running room. And Hashaway moves his way close to a first down. First and 10 at the Irish 40-yard line. On the option play, the pitch back goes to Dupart. Well read by Notre Dame. Here's Atkins. He fights his way inside the 30. Griffin finally catches him from behind at the 18-yard line, but a great effort by Jeff Atkins.
He runs right through.
Here's a pitch back to Reggie Dupart, who squirts his way close to a first down inside the Notre Dame 10-yard line. King calling the signals. King on on the option play. Here's Reggie Dupard. He's down to the 2-yard line.
Good execution again by Southern Methodist University.
Second down and goal to go. At the 2-yard line of Notre Dame. Reggie Dupard, touchdown, Southern Methodist. Dupard from 2 yards out, of the Mustangs have opened up a 9-point lead with the extra point coming. We have just 6:13 left to play. It's spotted. There's a whistle, however.
You have dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul.
Illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Bradley puts it up, and it is good. And we have 6:13 left to play in the 3rd annual Aloha Bowl game. From Honolulu, Hawaii, there is a timeout of the action with the score, SMU 27 and Notre Dame 17. Alonzo Jefferson for Notre Dame. It's a very short kickoff, and it's going to take a funny bounce, and that's a loose ball, and Jefferson alertly picks it up and gets to the 21-yard line. There's a pitch back to Alan Pinkett, and Pinkett to the short side of the field, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Erline calls the signal. Here's Alan Pinkett running again. Alan Pinkett has another first down. Notre Dame figuring SMU looking for the pass. They rush Pinkett. Alonzo Jefferson is coming to take his place. Pinkett's picking up 134 yards. Here's Alonzo Jefferson in the open, and Jefferson all the way down to the 35. Oh, Notre Dame first and 10 at the SMU 35-yard line. Inside handoff to Mark Brooks, and he pulls his way for about 5 yards. It'll be a second down and 5 call for Burline. Delay to Alonzo Jefferson. He has the first down to the 21-yard line. First and 10 Notre Dame at the 21-yard line of SMU. Here's a handoff to Mark Brooks. Nothing there. He gets maybe a yard in the Burline hands off again. Here's Alonzo Jefferson, and he skirts to about and off to Brooks, and Brooks fights for about 3. Jerry Ball in on the bottom of the tackle. It will be a 32-yard field goal attempt by John Carney. Kevin Kelly to snap. Miracola puts it down. Carney's kick is in the air, and it is good, and Notre Dame pulls to within 7. 3:15 left to play in the game. SMU leading by a score of 27-20. Notre Dame does have time to kick off if they could stop an SMU drive, and he's going to kick it deep, and it's going to go into the end zone. Don King will try to keep this ball on the ground and use the clock with 3:15 left to play. Hand off to Atkins, and Atkins picks his way for about 2, and that's all.
Their ball carriers want to stay inbound.
Absolutely.
Ashaway and Dupard are the setbacks behind Don King. Dupard on a misdirection. He gets about 3 yards. Looked like he had some running room. 3rd down and about 4.5 to go for the first down. 2:59 remaining. SMU leading by 7. King calling the signals. He'll call on Dupard, and he does not get the first down, and Notre Dame will get the ball back. Of roughing the punter, and so Haywood does not charge. And this time he picked a great time to get away his best punt of the day. Joe Howard inside the 20, and Joe Howard to the 22-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 Notre Dame. No timeouts remaining. They have 2:42 with which to work. Play action. In trouble is Burline. Gets it away. A wobbly pass incomplete, intended for Alonzo Jefferson.
Keep the linebackers and keep the defensive or the offensive players honest from Notre Dame.
They try a draw play, and Alonzo Jefferson gets up to around the 27-yard line, and it brings up a 3rd down and 6 call.
Now Notre Dame hoping to break a long one on that run, but they didn't.
The Burline will go to the air, up the middle, deflected and nearly intercepted, deflected by Tim Green, the free safety.
Right there, Green made an excellent play. He sat back, read, waited. When the ball's in the air, he reacted very nicely.
Notre Dame down to their last gasp. 4th down and 6. Pass to Joe Howard, and he has the first down at the 34-yard line. 2:06 left to play. Burline play action. Looking upfield. He's going for the bundle to Milt Jackson. In and out of his grasp.
Watch him. He's a burner.
He was. But they hand off to Alonzo Jefferson, who gets over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Making the stop. Third down and about 1. Burline in trouble. Gets one away. He's got his tight end, Ricky Gray. First down into SMU territory to the Burline straight back, looking upfield. Fires one. It is caught at the 31-yard line by Tim Brown. It'll be first down, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's offensive line doing an excellent job of pass blocking. SMU only rushing 3 men. There, that 4 or 5 of them that time.
In and out of the grasp of tight end Mark Bavaro. That'll be a second down and 10 call. 1:15 left in the third annual Aloha Bowl. Burline in trouble. He's going to scramble. He has some running room, and he will get inside the 20 to the SMU 18-yard line. Burline rolling out. Looks upfield. Got the tight end Mark Bavaro for very short yards. A gain of 3. Keith Brooks made a great hit of Bavaro. Second down and about 8 for a first down. Burline fires toward the end zone. In between 2 blue defenders. Third down call. 37 seconds left to play. Burline straight back. Has time again. Looking to the end zone. It is incomplete. It was intended for Tim Brown. SMU leading by 7. Notre Dame's last shot at this third annual Aloha Bowl, and Burline makes the call. Burline has some time. He's buying some time. He's got a man. Overshot him. Milt Jackson was open in the end zone, but Burline overshot him, and SMU is going to win the third annual Aloha Bowl game. SMU now will just eat out the clock. They only need to down the ball 1 time, and this game will be history, and it has been a thriller. From Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, the Mustangs Coast-Southwest Conference champs. Oh, the seconds are ticking away, and this one is history. There's Don King, the fine quarterback for SMU. Jerry Faust and Bobby Collins have had a great stay here in Hawaii. Collins will go off smiling, and Jerry Faust will say, oh, if only that last play could have been caught. That's the end of the game. The final score is SMU 27 and Notre Dame 20.